Hello, welcome to Lord Havoc's Marvel Champions custom content stream extravaganza. This is an incredibly impromptu episode. I wasn't even going to stream, but I'm about to play test a new custom hero made by my bed, MissSugarPink from the Discord channel. MissSugarPink is one of the people that I play with every now and again. Part of that group with like Bubble and Zero and stuff like that. So I was introduced to him via Bubble, and he's a cool dude. I like him a lot. I really like him a lot. He's funny, and yeah, he's a good dude. And he's dived into the world of customs. He's been playing customs for a while, and decided to make his own hero, which is very exciting. It's a pretty common theme in the community. It's just people that sort of just sort of lurk for a bit, get the sort of the lay of the land, and then decide to dive in. Bubble himself only just recently did it. He teamed up with Phoenixie and made some cowboy bebop stuff. So Miss Sugar Pink's jumped on, and I'm just going to call him Sugar moving forward. I can't bother doing. It's too many syllables. Miss Sugar Pink. It's like 4 syllables. Can't bother doing that. So Sugar from now on, and so they've dived into hero stuff, like I said, and their first choice, interestingly enough, is RoboCop, which is what's on the screen at the moment. So, very exciting for me because that reveals to me that Sugar is also a fan of the 80s and 90s action. RoboCop, of course, the first one, not the shitty remake. I'm just going to come right out and say it, the shitty remake. The original Paul Verhoeven RoboCop is a classic, and rightfully so. It is an amazing film, and RoboCop is a much beloved character. So I'm pretty excited for this. Only just got released for playtest today, so there's been a bit of Sugar's been doing quite a bit of playtesting with it, but. This is actually officially released to the community today, which is pretty cool. There's another connection for this as well, because apparently Kaj actually made the cards. So Sugar gave him all the text, the mechanics and all that sort of stuff, and Kaj then made them, which is pretty sweet. It's pretty cool. I love it. It's a bit of a connection. And I think some other people were involved as well in some points, but mainly that sort of stuff. So yeah, pretty excited for this. So let's give it a look over. Hand size 5, hit points 12, 222 across the board, makes sense. I could have seen the argument for 3, but I do quite like the 222 stat line, like the basic stat line. Stats shouldn't really go more than 2 unless they are exceptional in that area. So Spidey, for example, is a 3 defense, and that makes sense because it's essentially almost impossible to hit the dude. So that reflects quite well in that way. So Robo's stats will be enhanced with upgrades and stuff like that, which is pretty standard, right? You enhance the basic stats with your upgrades. Cyborg Officer spelled incorrectly. There's a spelling mistake there. Quick Draw Action. Radio weapon upgrade you control. Limit once per round. Part Machine. Oh, I stuffed that up. I'm going to do that again. Part Man. Part Machine. All Cop. No full stop, because it should be. And awesome. Classic. Absolutely classic. So obviously we're going to be using weapons of some kind. Cool headshot. I always appreciate a good headshot because I suck at them. But anyway, there it is, and a cool picture. So the art going, I'm always a big fan of the art breaking the borders, so that was pretty cool. Speaking of Kaj, he's in the chat. Hello, young Kaj. RoboCop, it looks familiar to me. I just explained to the audience that you are the one who actually made the cards, Kaj. So 4 rec, that's interesting. I think that's because The standard is 3, unless you have some sort of like enhanced healing ability, right? And I think it's because he's mainly machine, right? Like and that can just be repaired. So I guess it just works out that he can just be repaired. I personally wouldn't have gone to 4. I mean, yeah, he could be repaired, but I mean, there's that classic scene where he's got a screwdriver on his arm or his leg or something. Like it's his leg, I think. He's got the screw, like fixing his leg with a screwdriver, like he's a bloody like a toy. That's hilarious. So personally, I wouldn't have gone higher than 4. Cyborg Officer on this side as well. Interesting. That's an interesting one. You don't often see the same on both sides. I personally don't have a problem with it. I totally get the argument that why are the X-Men not mutants on both sides? It's dumb. I don't get it. They should be mutants on both sides. You don't stop being a mutant when you become a hero. It's just ridiculous. So I've got nothing against it, but maybe a team trait here would be helpful. I mean, he's part of the Detroit Police Department, right? So are we going to get some synergy later on with some of the Detroit police people? I know for a fact his signature ally is oh my god, I've forgotten the name. Oh, how embarrassing. What a disgrace. Anyway, his partner. Does she have that trait? Let's soon find out. I can't believe I've forgotten her name. What a disgrace. Anyway, moving on. You may include up to 3 weapon upgrades in your deck from aspects other than your chosen aspect. And this actually comes with a bunch of precons, which is pretty cool. Oh, he's got that. He's using that awesome pack that looks like an official pack, and I'm pretty sure Kaz designed this. So yeah, it looks sick. But yeah, it comes with some. He's got a drip one there as well, which has got like a full size, like a borderless version of the hero card. That sort of stuff. But yeah, justice, aggression, protection, noticeably no leadership. So I grabbed the justice one. I am of course playing justice. There's no mystery there. I did some modifications to it. So I had some cards in there that I don't like and don't play. But I also noticed that it has 3 hand cannons, which would be the 3 weapons that I would have grabbed as well. So I'm glad with that. His ability, gear up, action, exhaust Alex Murphy. Search your deck for an upgrade or support and add it to your hand. That's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty cool. You get to search for it. Noticeably only a deck, not your discard, which is good. It's always good to have a little bit of limiter on there. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. But that essentially then means I have a hand size of 7. So I could see the argument for why you would bump that down to 5, because I am getting a free card every single time. Most likely, I mean, if you create your deck properly, there's no reason why you wouldn't get a card every single time, unless you like get to the end of the game sort of stuff. So yeah, I mean, again, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it being hand size 6 and you go grab a card. That's fine with me. But maybe limit it to just upgrades or just supports, not both upgrades and supports. Or bump the hand size, maybe. Hit points 12, that's totally fair. I could see the argument that he'd be 14. He's unbelievable. Like, he just stands there and gets gunned down. Just gets machine gun fire, and he just stands there and just very calmly just sort of takes them out one by one. So I can see that for sure. Now, it comes with a set up permanent upgrade, which is Prime Directives, which is very, very exciting. 4 is, of course, classified. But there's the 3. Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law. Set up. Put all 3 directive upgrades into play face down, then flip this card. So here's your actives. Serve the public trust. Oh, I got him around the wrong way. Protect the innocent, uphold the law. Very, very cool. I like this. Look at this, serve the public trust. Him holding down a helicopter, Captain America style. I love that. Very, very cool. So each one permanent. Each one gives a bonus to one of his stats. After you remove the last threat from a scheme, deal 2 damage. Hold on 1 second. Just have to ban a bot. When another friendly character would take damage from an attack, deal that damage to RoboCop instead. Very cool. After you defeat an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. I like it. I like it. That's balanced. And what happens is when you put them in face down, you then flip this permanent. Exhaust prime directives. Choose a face down directive upgrade and flip that upgrade face up. Flip each other directive upgrade face down. So you get to choose which bonus you're going to have for that period, which is pretty sweet. I like this so much that I kind of copied it for a new hero that I'm working on. I sort of copied it, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Alex Murphy, ready to go. 12. I've got those down. Here's my deck. Shuffle to make sure there's no cheating. I'm going up against Black Widow because I quite like this scenario. That's pretty cool. I'm playing expert, so that means I'm starting on stage 2 and I start on 4 threat. 10 is the one I don't want to get to. 16 health. Stage 1 says go find a minion and put it into play. Pretty foolish not to grab the guy that quick strikes you. Whatever his name is. Is it this guy? Yeah, the commando. Because obviously quick strike doesn't do anything when you're in alter ego. So here's the one I'll grab. So let's do it. Let's see how we go. Let's hope for the best. Alright, so what do we got? So Nick Fury right off the bat and a double in order to get him out. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good start. Hand cannon. So let's have a look here. So here's some of his actual cards. No collateral. Oh no, is this? No, I freaked out then. I was like, is this from the remake? Surely not. Surely Sugar has too much respect for this character to use art from the remake. I'm telling you. There's no way that would happen. So there's his defense card. So 1. When an enemy initiates an attack, flip the protect the innocent directive upgrade face up. Flip each other directive upgrade face down. Prevent all damage from that attack. Then deal 2 damage to the attacking enemy. Prevent all damage from that attack. Okay. And it doesn't even have to specifically be against you. Directive override. Ready RoboCop. A 1 cost ready. That's pretty good. Then choose a face down directive upgrade and flip that upgrade face up. Flip each other directive upgrade face down. I like that. That's cool. I like that. Alright. So, I don't really necessarily need this bad guy just yet. So, I'm going to mulligan that. And I'm going to put Nick out, so I'm going to have a blocker, so I don't really need the defense card. I might get this one, though, so I can produce some, like, shenanigans. So I'll mulligan these 2. Well, there you go. There's my Nick cards. It's taken care of. And another directive override. Okay, so now let's use my ability. Exhaust, search your upgrade for support, and add it to your hands. So, what have I got? What are my options? I'm going to shuffle anyway, so let's just go. Let's go through it. So, upgrade, 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 upgrade. He's got a few upgrades. I could grab another hand cannon, technically. Squad car. Okay. That's interesting. use Keisha's level. So you would have been good for another 5 minutes or so. But for me, it was instant and done. Okay, we're back on. Back in action. Thanks to the lovely internet that decided to die. It works perfectly fine until I decide to stream, and then, oh, there you go. Lewis, that's her name. Officer Lewis. Oh, I'm ashamed. Absolutely ashamed. Oh, there's another upgrade. Bloody hell. He's the man of the upgrades. Alright, so what do we got here? Internal reload. Exhaust internal reload. Generate a wild resource to energy resource instead if while paying for an upgrade. Okay. Robot gains aerial. That's of no use to me. I took all the aerial cards out. Exhaust flight pack. Risking. Nah. RoboCop's helmet. Enter player 3 plate counters. I like that. When RoboCop would take any amount of damage, remove that many plate counters from here. For each plate counter, remove this way to prevent one of that damage. Is there a card that puts plate counters back on? Because otherwise... Oh, here we go. Place one plate counter. Place one plate counters on plate RoboCop helmet. It should be just counter. Kill 2 damage from identity. Terminal Spike. Exhaust Terminal Spike. Draw 2 cards. Choose and discard 1 card from your hand to demonstrate an enemy equal to the number of printed resources on the discarded card. Ooh, I like that. That's cool. Gun Arm. Restricted. Uses 3 ammo. Exhaust Gun Arm and remove 1 counter from here. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. If you control, serve the public trust, confuse, protect the innocent, stun, uphold the law, divide enemy among enemies. Damage. You may divide damage among enemy in play as you choose. Does it need to specify the damage from here? Otherwise, I can... What? Yeah. I mean, the intention is clear that it's the divide. There's the 3 damage, but should it say you may divide the damage? It's just saying you may divide damage among enemies. It's ambiguous. Which damage are you referring to? I think it should say the damage. But anyway, yeah, that's obviously very cool. I've already got a hand cannon in my hand, so I don't need that. So let's check that back. I don't care about this one. Nope. I skipped over Auto 9. Restricted. Exhaust Auto 9. Spend 1 resource of any type. Deal 3 damage to enemy. Endurance. Just a basic endurance card. What's squad card do for me? I like the picture on squad card. That's cool. You can control 1 additional weapon upgrade that has a restricted keyword. Exhaust squad card. Respond to resource type. Flip to hero form. Oh, that's good. That's good too. Oh man, I'm torn. I am so torn. Well, I think I need to get another weapon. I've already got a weapon. So what does this one do? This gains piercing. So I'd have piercing and overkill. Maybe some resource generators. I'm going to grab the loading system. Chuck all these back for now. Yeah, I'll grab the loading system. Having resources is never bad. I mean, it's never a bad thing. My beautiful wife just brought me in some tea, which is what that clinking sound was. Once you put it down. Alright, so let's do it. So, resource, boom, Nick Fury, good start, get 3 cards. None of them were an upgrade. Hilarious. Alright, well, I don't really need multitasking. Oh, do I dare risk a one way or another? Well, it's a hero action, so I would need to flip anyway, so... Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna risk it one way or another. Let's go find... this one. It seems appropriate. I'm going up against an automated defenses as Robo. Into 1, so it goes up to 4. And then I get 3 cards. So, alright. Look at this. Look at this. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. All right. What can we do here? What can we do? Let's do. Um. Hmm. Let's use strength to get out my reload system, and then use that to pay for my hand cannon. Because it generates 2 if it's for an upgrade. Okay, so let's put out skilled investigator, and then use directive, override, and multitasking to pay for justice. Clear this, and then trigger skilled investigator. Wait, what's the one that says? One says remove all threat from a scheme. You get to do something. Last threat from a scheme, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Another friendly character. Yeah, let's flip up a directive, right? Because otherwise, why not? Really? Cool. Alright, anyway, so the card I got was power in all of us. That doesn't really help me that much. So I will power in all of us and directive override to give myself a little bit more leeway on this bad boy. And then I've got +1 attack, so I'll just straight up just murder this dude. And because I defeated an enemy, I remove 2 threat from a scheme. So let's take 2 off of there. Nick can take the other 2. Oh, I should have overkilled that guy. Why didn't I overkill him? Yeah, I'm going to say I overkilled. Just straight up murdered, overkilled for that, so it doesn't trigger her response. No, I could use my ability to ready my cannon, but there doesn't seem to be that much of a reason to do so, right? Because I can't attack again. That's a pretty good start. I mean, bloody hell. 6 extra cards to play with? Yeah. That's pretty good. Okay. Let's get some cards. Alright, so we've got, so there's no collateral, we've seen that one already. We know what these 2 do. And there's, yeah, there's Auto 9, there's my pistol. And there's Officer Lewis. Very cool. Murphy, are you okay? Your move, creep. Love it. Love the flavor text. Alright, 1, 2 on here. Oh no, because it's equal to her stage number. She then activates against me. Nick will obviously be taking that. And she kills him. Thank you, Nick. You did your job. And then we get an encounter card. It is a Surger. When revealed, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. Okay. The encounter deck is attached to Black Widow. And it's the one that says prevent their next event card, which is pretty brutal. And then we have treachery is Widow's Bite. When revealed, you are stunned. Boom. There's not even any conversation. It's just boom, you're stunned. If you take 1 damage. Boink. Okay. Alright. My turn. There's 2 threat on there. So let's use no collateral to pay for multitasking. Clear the area. Get rid of that and get me a card. Alright, what do we got? Dead or alive? Dead or alive? You're coming with me. Exhaust up to 6 upgrades you control. Deal 3 damage plus 1 additional damage for each upgrade exhausted this way and 1 enemies in play. I have a similar card, but I don't exhaust them. Maybe I should exhaust them. Although mine does say identity specific upgrade, so I guess that's the limiter on mine. I guess. Okay. Now she's going to cancel. Oh no! I stuffed up. First things first. I'm going to use Officer Lewis to pay for multitasking, which will then be cancelled, and then discard this. And then I'll do that thing to clear the area. So either way, I'm still good. Now I can still afford Thinner because this generates 2 for an upgrade. So that plus Dead or Alive will give me my gun, my auto 9. He's also auto 9 and spend 1 resource of any type. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. This attack gains piercing. It seems expensive. It costs 3 and I have to spend a resource in order to use it? And it's an attack. And it's restricted. Yeah, I think 3 is too expensive. Multi-gun is 3. That can do 3 different things. Do 2 damage, remove threat. I can't remember what the third thing is. But yeah, I think 3 might be a little too expensive. Anyway, I've got my 2 restricted things now, so hopefully I can get something that bumps me up. But either way, so I'm currently still in +1 attack mode. I don't have an enemy to kill, so I'm just going to go straight at her. So 2, 3, 4, 5. She doesn't trigger her ability because she has no threat to remove. So if she can't remove threat, because it's before the arrow, everything before the arrow has to happen. Everything after the arrow should happen. So 1 threat remains keen. She can't do that, so she just takes the damage in the face. Well, I don't have a resource to spend, so I'm just going to keep it as is. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm a fool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I'm stunned. So I'm going to say I didn't do that. I'll just attack to get rid of my stun. How embarrassing. Thankfully I noticed that. I actually prefer to have the thing on the card, like right there on the, you know, so. Yeah. That's a real shame. But oh well. What a missed opportunity. I could have blown her away. Anyway, it is what it is. 5. Alright, so there's the car, there's the flight pack, another hand cannon. There's my helmet, that's cool. And an Overwatch. Not a lot of threat removal there, so I might be flipping up the threat removal upgrade. 2 on here. She activates. Actually, see, if I was a smarter player, I would have flipped up the defense one. To get +1 defense. But I didn't do that. So, I guess I'm just taking it on the chin. There you go. Just take it. 1, 2, 3. Counter card is Aim Abductor. When revealed, tuck the ally you control with the most remaining hit points under Abduct Superhumans. Otherwise, place 2 threat on Abduct Superhumans. If Abduct Superhumans is not in play, which obviously it isn't, find it and put it into play. Okay. It's not there. There it is. Give it a shuffle. Put that in. It doesn't search because it wasn't revealed. And then when an ally leaves play, tuck it under here, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so now I've got this guy to do it, which is actually pretty cool. Now it's my turn. Let's do this. Put in another hand cannon. Let's use flight pack to put in my helmet. Let's play with 3 plate counters. All right, let's do this. She's on 14. She has 2. Wait, she has 2. So she could trigger the thing that cancels the whole attack. That would be very disappointing. Because it says cancel the damage. Does it say? Okay. Oh no, it's only when a character you control attacks Black Widow, right? So if I overkill her, I never attacked her. So what I'll do is I will spend 1 resource. No, I'm going to keep that one. Spend 1 resource to trigger this bad boy. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. The stat gains piercing. That's fine. He gets 3. And then I'm going to overkill him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Overkill. He only needed 1 more. So that's 6 points of damage. It doesn't trigger her thing. He gets annihilated. It's a shame I don't have that card that lets me ready. That would have been cool. Do any of these let me ready? No. No. Anyway, after you defeat a minion... Oh, no. Let's keep this one. And I put it onto here because now it says after you defeat an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. That's good. So remove 2 and then trigger Overwatch and remove 2. Yeah, it's a shame losing the squad card, but it's better removing stuff. And then I'll skilled investigator to get a card that I can't use. So, but anyway, I still get it, so I might as well grab it. I believe that's it. I don't think I'm utilizing these very well. Before I flip up, before I reset, I will flip up the defense one so I can actually defend, because she's starting to beat me down a bit. Although I do have my helmet, to be fair. But I just think that I want to utilize this a little bit more. So yeah, let's utilize the directors a little bit more. So I've got +1 defense now. So yeah, reset and then get some cards. Cool. All right, 1, 2 on here. She activates against me. I'll defend. She hits for 2. I successfully defend. I get an encounter card. And Is there any tricky stuff when I defend? When another friendly character would take damage from an attack, the other damage to RoboCop instead. That's cool. I like that. Protect the innocent. Surge. When revealed, exhaust your identity card. It's already exhausted. Yes. Joke's on you, sir. Surge. I love the picture for AIM Scientist. He just looks really annoyed. It's funny. When revealed, you are stunned. Oh, no. Take 1 damage. Damn it. I hate that card so much. Oh, when I take 1 damage, I can take away a plate counter instead. So, I can put that on there. There you go. Alright, my turn. Bloody stun. I'm exhausted and stunned. I should have defended. I should have just let it go through. And just used the helmet. So frustrating. Alright, Power on All of Us is going to give me Ironheart. It's going to give me a card. So annoying. So I'm basically not attacking. So instead what I'll do is I'll trigger this in order to trigger this, which then won't do anything because it's an attack, and remove my stun. I'll then use my ability to ready a weapon I control. I'll then use hand cannon and for justice. No, clear the area to pay for Dead or Alive. Which is exhaust up to 6 upgrades control, deal 3 damage plus 1 additional damage for each upgrade exhausted this way. So I'm not using this boy, so exhaust 1, 2, 3. Does it say weapon upgrades? No. 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm doing 9. I don't even really need that much, but I'll do it anyway. Now it is an attack, so she will trigger her thing, remove 1 threat, reveal a card. Please don't be the one that cancels the attack. Huzzah! Got that. So she gets blasted into stage 3. When revealed, place 3 threat. 20 hit points. Alright. And then this guy lives, so I guess I'll Ironheart off one of these. Excuse me. And then ready, flip this back to this one. This should definitely still be down. And then reset and draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got too many. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if I wasn't stunned, that would have been a whole different kettle of fish. But still, that worked out pretty well. I'm happy with that. 1, 2 on here. She activates against me. Ironheart's obviously going to take the brunt of that. And boom. She gets annihilated. Then this guy hits me for 0. Oh, it's an acceleration token. So there's one more on there. Then we get an encounter card. And the encounter card is Acrobatics. When revealed, if you're in alter... Oh, there's the prevent all damage. Oh. If you're in alter ego form, change to hero form. Black Widow attacks you. Give her an additional boost card for this attack. Well, I'm not in alter ego, I'm in hero. So, well, it looks like she's coming at me. I'm just going to take it. She gets 2 boost cards. 2, 5. Oh my god! I'm dead! If I didn't have my helmet, I would be dead. 8 points of damage, minus 2. So 6 points of damage. Oh no, it stays in play. So I'm down to 2. Madness. I knocked her into stage 3 and she was not happy. Alright, my turn. Yeah. How much threat have we got here? 6. So that's not good. So Wiccan is... Actually, first let's trigger this and put my spikes into play. And then use my spikes. Draw 2 cards. Choose and discard 1 from your hand. 1, 2. Choose and discard 1. Well, that's an easy choice. See you later. Oh no. Deal damage to an enemy equal to the number of printer resources on the discarded card. Ah, that's good. I like that. Well, I'm not going to get gun armor out anytime soon. So let's discard that one and deal. And it's not an attack. Do I kill this doofus? Or would I just... No, I'm just going to hit it directly. 1, 2, 3. It's not an attack. So it doesn't trigger a thing. Yeah. Just hit direct. Just hit her where it hurts. Right into it. So now I can... Because I can kill that doofus using overkill. I'm just thinking, is there anything else I can do that will make it easier for me? I was going to For Justice, but now I'm thinking Wiccan. No, you know what? It is going to be Wiccan. For Justice, so that plus Overwatch will give me For Justice, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, because now I'm going to kill this guy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. That's all I'm doing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 overkill. So he dies. And we do 5 to her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not an attack, so it doesn't trigger. This hand cannon's gone. This hand cannon stays. I killed an enemy, so therefore I removed 2 threat from a scheme. So that goes to 0. Now I feel a lot more confident about flipping, which is, I think, what I'm about to do. It says, ready a weapon you control. What sort of weapon? Although he's clearly using it as a weapon. I love it. Screw you, dude. Protecting the innocent. I could... No, it's... Raft is going to get me endurance because I'm starting to get scared. 1, 2, 3. And then I guess I have to flip. Do I have to flip? Should I flip? I can stay up for one more bit, surely. No, I'm scared now. She smacked me for 8, man. Yeah, I'm flipping. Yeah. Okay, so 6 cards. There appears to be only one left in the deck, so... Grab that one and then another 5. Okay. Alright, well, Nick Fury looks like he's coming out next turn. Okay, 1, 2 on here. Oh, I need to get an encounter card for decking out. 1, 2 on there. She schemes. 3 plus 2. There goes my obligation. Let's have a look at what my obligation says. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You cannot ready your identity. When revealed, exhaust your identity at each weapon upgrade you control. Say, Dick, you're fired. Discard classified. Any player may trigger this ability. Love it. Absolutely love it. Normally I hate this whole play, you have to say stuff, like I refuse to do it type stuff, but for this, I would do it. I would do it out of respect for RoboCop. And then an encounter card. Dance of Death. When revealed, deal 1 damage to a character you control, deal 2 damage to a second character you control, deal 3 damage to a third character you control. Well, I only have 1 character, so I'm just going to deal the 1. I don't own a second or third character, so that was a bit of a whiff. And then Black Widow's Gauntlet attached to Black Widow. Which gains Retaliate. After a character you control attacks Black Widow, if no preparation ability was resolved, discard this card. Cool. Alright. Me. Use my ability. My deck's been reset, so I'll use my ability to go... Oh, you have to exhaust to do it. Oh, that's a whole different kettle of fish. I totally missed the exhaust bit. I totally missed that in my opening, in my intro. What a fool. What a fool of a took. Ugh. That means I didn't do it right at the start there. That's a shame. Alright, well, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to exhaust to heal. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then flippy. Squad car, strength, and hand cannon is going to give me Nick. Nick's going to give me 3 cards. Okay, one of them was not a double. That's a shame. Oh my god, can I do it again? Dare I do it again? I mean, that is just pushing your luck, isn't it? I mean, really. That's outrageous. I'm doing it. I'm doing it again. One way or another. Wait, how many cards we got left? 19. Alright, I'm going to do it. Search. So I've got Mad Science or Destroy Evidence. Each other encounter card gains insight. Mad Science. Each a minion gains acceleration token. Okay. Let's go that one. 4. And I get 3 cards. Okay. For justice. That's what I wanted to see, baby. That's what I wanted to see. So energy is going to give me Ironheart. She's going to give me a card. Okay. Alright. Now we're cooking with gas. Officer Lewis and Officer Lewis and clear the area. No, wait a minute. Officer Lewis is going to multitask and do 1, 2, 1, 2. Directive Override is going to clear the area. 1, 2. Get rid of that. That clear the area gives me a card, and Skilled Investigator gives me a card. Oh man, could have used that for Ironheart. This bad boy is going to pay for that, and gun arm is going to pay for justice. And I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4 off of there. Wait, have I missed a trigger? After your character you control. Okay, cool. Now I want to flip to this. Because I now want to power in all of us. I'm pretty sure this is how it works. I could be wrong. to directive override. Ready, RoboCop. Ready. Then choose a face down directive. That to me sounds like that you have to do it. So, boom, I'll just go straight back to attack, which is what I wanted. Flip each other directive down. I think that's how it's meant to work. You have to do it. Let's trigger Ironheart on this baddie here. After a character you control attacks Black Widow, if no preparation ability was resolved, discard this card. Actually, let's do Nick. No. First, let's Ironheart. No. I wanted to trigger this on her own. Let's Nick. And then she triggers her ability because it's an attack. So remove one, reveal a card. It has a preparation. After a character you control attacks Black Widow, if no preparation ability was resolved, discard this card. So there was a preparation revolved, so she keeps the card. Nyx gets 1 retaliate damage, and then he will then get collateral damage. Not collateral, consequential. This guy then comes in with guard. Okay. Put this minion into play with you. Then resolve this attack against Aim Grunt instead. Ah. Bummer. I don't think I even took the damage off her, so I think we're good. Did I? Did I take the damage off her? I don't think I did, because I was too busy looking down here trying to make sure I did all this stuff. So I think we're good there. So we're on 0 threat now. I'm cool with this because I'm just gonna overkill him. Right? So Ironheart will hit him for 1. Gives him 2 more. And then 2, 3. 4, 5. So that's done. So 5 past the 2 that he's got means 3 goes on to her. Okay, it's overkill damage. So it goes no retaliate. Now I can trigger the spikes, which says draw 2 cards and then discard 1. And discard 1 from your hand. Deal damage to an enemy equal to the number of printed resources. So discard. Deal damage. Every little point takes it matters. Every little point matters. And then I can use this to pay for this. Do 3 damage. Now this is an attack, so that means she triggers her thing. Oh, actually, she's got no thing, so she doesn't trigger. 2, 3, down to 5. Oh. It's all happening. It's all happening here. Yeah, I think that's pretty. I think that's there. So let's get a new hand. Is ready a weapon you can upgrade your control? Not as useful as it sounds, because, or at least I can't. I mean, in order to use the. I mean, the hand cannon says for this attack, right? It doesn't say to the end of the round. Yeah, plus for that attack, right? So the ability to ready my hand cannon doesn't really help if I can't ready me. Oh, I could remove 2 threat from a scheme, but I haven't got any scheme to do. So I don't know if I'm missing something. I don't really see the point of readying a weapon. I mean, it's thematic, but I think I'm missing something somewhere, because I haven't used it once, and I don't see any reason why I would ever use it. Unless it's useful for... If I got extra cards, I could trigger this 2 times in a row, right? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I could trigger this twice, sure. And his massive gun, maybe it would work for that as well. Yeah. So I'm not saying it's useless by any means. It's obviously very thematic. I just think it has limited use. I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's finish the game before I start giving critique anyway. 2 threat on here. Tax. Iron Hearts. Oh no. Nick's taking it. Boom. T3-4. He cops it. Counter card is Advanced Development Schemes. That's unfortunate. 3 plus 2 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jeez. That's scary. My turn. What to do, what to do. Genius will give me Wiccan, who will immediately attempt to do something. Remove 1 threat and 2. Wiccan, my boy, my bud, my pal. Lionheart will thwart for 1. Actually, yeah, Lionheart will thwart for 1. And die. Light pack and thingy will actually no, just that on its own will give me a thing. I can just keep these. This relay system will give me a hand cannon. Cool. She's down to 3. Let's do it. Let's do it. Down to 3. I'm gonna trigger. Wait, I'm gonna trigger this first. Draw 2. Discard 1. All right. I'm gonna discard Flight pack. Do 2 points of damage. Oh, dead or alive. Preferably dead. You're coming with me. Love it. Should I just dead or alive edge? No, I'm gonna auto nano. I'm gonna auto nano. So I'm just gonna this bad boy. Boom. Now it is an attack. So she does trigger her thing. 1. Boom! There's no prep card. No preparation boost thing. So after a character control attacks, no preparation resolve. Discard this card. After resolving the retaliate keyword. But there is no retaliate keyword because she's dead. Shot in the face with my massive gun. Yeah. So that was a pretty comfortable victory. The only mistake I made was I didn't exhaust him when I grabbed my free card. So now that I've realised that, the whole exhaust Alex Murphy business, hand size of 6 with the with that thing is perfectly fine. Ignore everything I said at the start. I'm obviously an idiot. I do say stand by though. 4 wreck, maybe a 10 high. I'd probably go down to 3. And yeah, am I missing something? I want to grab. Let's go grab his big ass gun. There it is. Gun arm. Uses 3 ammo cannons. Hero action attack. Exhaust gun arm and remove 1 card for. Oh yeah, see that. That's obviously what it's intended for. Yeah. That's obviously what it's intended for. You get that bad boy out. Ready the weapon, so use it, remove a counter, do 3 damage, and then do something else, and then do it again. That's pretty brutal, yeah. That's pretty sweet. Especially if you have Uphold the Law out, and you can split the damage any way you want. That's 6 Ultron drones dead. It's pretty sweet. I quite like that. It's quite thematic. I still think it's a bit expensive, but other than that, I think it's great. Yeah. So let's go through them. Let's get rid of this. Let's flip all these bad boys up. Let's get rid of the hand cannon. We all know what that does. So, directive override. No collateral. Nick. Flight pack. Override. Officer Lewis, again, I apologize for forgetting your name. I am ashamed of myself. Oh no, that's not one of his cards. Dead or Alive. Oh, so there's 3 of those. That's interesting. All right, so let's check it out. So the whole prime directives thing, Brent, don't change the thing. Perfectly balanced, makes perfect sense. It's a shell flipping game, mini game within. I loved it so much that I ripped it off. So don't change that. It's perfectly fine. This is great. 2 for 1 wild. It's probably a little cheap. I mean, it's a wild card that generates a wild. So 2 for wild. Resources are usually 3. Like a wild resource would most likely be along the 3 range. So having it that you can also generate 2 energies instead if paying for an upgrade. Should possibly be 3, I think. Maybe. But great. Terminal Spike, brilliant. Love the picture. Love the card. Love everything about it. Everything about it. The fact that it's this is probably possibly my favorite card. The fact that it's meant to be for data retrieval, but he also uses it to stuff people up. So it's just brilliant. Absolutely love it. Love everything about it. Auto 9 is the opposite of internal. I think it's actually kind of expensive. I have to spend a resource every time. I mean, obviously these are meant to tie in together, right? You can tie these together, reload, use them together, that sort of stuff. Plus, you can use his ability to ready it and do it again if you got another resource. That sort of stuff. I don't know. I'm not the best when it comes to costing. I will admit. Yeah. That's fine. Gun arm. I never really got to see it in action. The fact that you can, of course, use his ability to ready it and do it again just for an ammo is really quite strong. That's very strong. So knowing that, putting that into context, the fact that you can ready it, and it's important that when you do this, you do look at the context, right? It's not just individual cards. It's like, oh, that card's ridiculously OP, or that card's ridiculously underpowered. You have to take it into context, right? So just on its own, 3, I think, maybe a little too much. Combined with the fact that you can ready it and do it again just for the sake of an ammo, kind of brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Especially if you've got to uphold the law up. Bloody hell. Or, you got protect the innocent up, you can do 2 stuns. It's just madness. So, yeah, keep it as 3. It obviously needs to stay at 3. Maybe 2, maybe 3, stay on 3. Officer Lewis, looking awesome, as always. The picture's throwing me off. The picture's a bit weird. Let me do a close-up of the picture. It looks to me, it's like a weird lighting thing. It's clearly the light from the police vehicle. But it's got this weird effect on her legs that makes it look like she's phasing out. Or she's like a hologram or something. It looks odd to me. I don't know what it is. It's obviously just me, but it looks odd. Just the legs from like the waist down looks a bit weird. But Officer Lewis, obviously cool. Cool ability, Ultra Ego. Choose one. Either put a plate counter on his helmet, which is helpful, which is, again, thematic. She helps repair him. Or heal 2 damage. Love it. Great. Directive Override is interesting. I mean, a 1 cost ready is already brilliant. But it's the then choose a phase down directive. So if I'm reading it correctly, you must then do the directive flip thing, which I didn't want to do. So I had to basically pull a shenanigan and changed it to the one that I didn't want first. And then play this so I could get my ready and then flip to the other one. I don't know if it should be a then. Either either I'm reading it wrong and I didn't have to play it that way. In that case, then just leave it as is. If I am playing it right, I don't like it. I think it should be a choice. Ready RoboCop. Then you may choose. May. Instead of just then choose. I don't know. If I'm reading it wrong, then that's my fault. If I am not reading it wrong, then I think that needs to change. Flight pack. It's not really my thing. I didn't really see any really need to use it. Let me explain. The pre-con came with a bunch of aerial cards, like cards that gave you, like, yawn and roll, or whatever that card's called. Like if you've got the aerial trait, after you do a thwart, do extra thwart, and cards like that, right? I don't see the point of having cards like that in your deck if you only have one way of getting aerial. If you don't natively have aerial, and you have to get it from a card that you could theoretically never ever see or lose. So if I get it into play and then caught off guard takes it away from me, or if I just never see it because some card makes me discard and I just discarded it away, whatever the case may be, I just don't feel comfortable having cards that rely on that trait to work. That's just me. So I took all those cards out because they're not that great anyway. The aerial cards, they're really not that exciting, except for that aggression card that was a dive bomb or whatever. That card's awesome, but just on its own, I just didn't feel comfortable, and so therefore I just didn't really see any need to it. There were better upgrades to choose, so it's not a bad upgrade. And again, thematic, because his flight pack is awesome. The scene with his flight pack in RoboCop 2 is hilariously bad, but I love it. So yeah, it's just there's better options. That's all. I'm just not going to spend my much needed resources on this if I don't need to. Squad car, didn't really get to see it in action, but love the picture. It looks great. An exhaust and spend 2 resources of any type. Flip hero. It's good and it makes sense. But of course, the one additional weapon upgrade is the kicker there. So very cool. No collaterals is defense card. I never really get to use it. When an enemy initiates an attack, flip the protect the innocent directive upgrade face up. Flip each other directive upgrade face down. Prevent all damage from that attack. Then deal 2 damage to the attacking enemy. It's great. I mean, it's great. I just never really got to use it. So I think it's a cool card though. I'm not a huge fan of the picture though. The picture looks like it's from the remake guy. I don't know. It kind of creeps me out a bit. But the gun, like 3D effect right in your face, that's an awesome effect. I love that. Joshy's on! Dead or alive! You're coming with me. Hello, young Joshy. Hope you're doing well. And then, of course, Dead or Alive. Speaking of the devil. His attack card. It's great. Exhaust up to 6 upgrades you control. Deal 3 damage plus 1 additional damage for each upgrade exhausted this way among enemies in play. And it's important to note... these are upgrades. So I exhausted Skilled Investigator, I exhausted Uphold the Law, or Protect the Innocent, or whatever it was, the one that I had out at the time, and a whole bunch of cards that I wasn't going to use because I was exhausted. So I couldn't use the hand cannons, and I didn't have any resources left to use, Auto 9 and stuff. So I was exhausted just to pay for this. I think it needs to say divided among enemies. I'm not too sure. I might need to check the wording on that. But, yeah. I mean, I did 12 points of damage. No, 9 points of damage. Yeah. I did 9 points of damage for 2. That's pretty sweet. And RoboCop's helmet. Love it. It's great. Great picture. Comes in with 3 counters. Doesn't leave play if you use them. Because Lewis puts them back on for you. Yeah. It's great. You could possibly have that when he wrecks, he puts a plate counter on his RoboCop helmet. Maybe. There's not really a lot of room left. But that would also be pretty thematic, right? Because when he wrecks, he's not actually healing, really. He's repairing. So when he uses his basic rep, you can put a plate counter on here, maybe. Something like that. But anyway, that's RoboCop. I like him a lot. I really like him a lot. And I'm not just saying that because I like Sugar. I think he's cool. He drips theme, which is obviously always number one in my book. I'd much rather have a thematic character than a mechanically sound character, which is a terrible thing to say. It's a hope. That's not the way out it's meant to go. A good design should trump everything. But I'm not gonna lie. I prefer the mechanical. I prefer the theme. If you get the theme right, I'm willing to forgive minor mechanic mistakes. So yeah, RoboCop, love it. He'll no doubt get some more tweaks and stuff. I've noticed Sugar's a bit of a perfectionist and really respects the source material, so just wants to make sure that he gets it right. He's given me a spoiler for his next hero. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. Am I allowed to? Did he DM me? Wait, let me check. If he DM'd me, I'm not going to say it. If he didn't DM me, then I'm just going to say it. Oh no, it wasn't a DM. So I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not. But anyway, there's a spoiler. He gave me a spoiler for his next hero. I'm excited. I thought he meant the original comic version of this character, but it actually turns out it's the movie character, the movie version. Which is a bit of a disappointment, but still, that's all right. That's fine. So I'm excited. I think it's cool. Check it out. There'll be an invite to the community. This is from MissSugarPink, so check that out in the community if you do jump on. The hero is actually available. He has the G drive for it, but if you have TTS, the mod's actually on Bubbles TTS. So if you go to Bubblegum's TTS mod, it's on there on his mod, because Sugar obviously doesn't have one yet. So it's on there if you want to play it. So yeah, check it out. If you do jump on the server, let him know that I sent you. That's it. Like I said, this was a real impromptu. Wasn't even going to stream it, but I thought, hey, why not? Might as well give it a shot. On personal news, the sore ribs that I had that was causing me an incredible amount of pain. If you've listened to the previous video, which was the stream on Tuesday with Joshy and Kaj, I was very clearly not in the mood. That's not because of no love for them. I love them dearly, as they know. But I was in so much pain. I was like, no, man, no. So anyway, that's it. Marvel Champions custom content. If you like the sort of stuff, check out the other videos on this channel. There's especially a series called Creator Spotlight, where I talk to some of the creators on the server, some of the creative, talented people on this server, that create this stuff for you to enjoy, for us, and for you to enjoy. I'm currently working on a new character. I've bit the bullet. It's a long running gag on this show that there's multiple Daredevils and Moon Knights available, right? Every man and his dog's taking a stab at Daredevil and Moon Knight, and I have fallen into that trap. So I'm currently developing a Moon Knight that I hope is sort of differentiates itself from the others, but we'll see how that goes. I don't know. It might be a pipe stream, and if all goes well, there may be a special edition of the Creator Spotlights. I mean, I've finished season 2, but there may be a special edition at some point coming soon. So we'll see how that goes. Joshie, if you're still on, thanks for jumping on. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling better. Kaz, you're probably gone, but thanks for jumping on. I appreciate it. Everybody else watching this, please like and subscribe. Check out the Twitch channel. Leave a comment on the video. Even if you just want to say hello, that'd be great. But otherwise, Kaz is there. Hey, Kaz. Good work. Good work on RoboCop, dude. But anyway, most importantly, please make sure that you tell the people that you love them as often as you can. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.